Everybody. Polly says hi and just wants to greet everybody this morning. Huh? Yeah. You just want to greet everybody this morning? You want to make sure that you're in the video? Huh? You pretty bird. Yes, you are. You're a pretty good. You're probably hungry, huh? You're probably hungry? Hmm? Yeah? Yeah. Yeah, you're a pretty girl. Yeah, sure. Okay, guys, here's our Cornish cross. They're a week old now. You can see how much feathers they have. It's just on their wings. We need to get them fed and watered. And then our baby bird there that we hatched, she's got feathers on her wings too, he or she. And so we're going to get these guys cleaned up. We'll add some more mulch in here. They definitely poop on this side a lot more. They are using this side now to get under for the heat. But we'll get them all cleaned up and then we'll take care of the noisy ones. The ducks. And then there's these dirty guys and gals. Hopefully there's a guy in here. Even though I put clean bedding in here, they still get filthy dirty. But you can see that they've got their wing feathers, their chest feathers, and the whole bottom fills out first. And pretty soon they'll have their back feathers. So after this weekend, they'll be going out on pasture with the rest of the birds or in with the chickens. I haven't decided yet. So, I don't like that sound. That's them trying to process their food. So that's why they go to water all the time. To process that food, they might need a bowl that size with water in it instead of, so they can get their beaks further in the water to, otherwise they can get sinus infections and things like that. So, they are dirty little ducks. So now these ducks might all end up being white. We'll see. But they're awful cute. Okay, so there we go. We got clean water, clean food, and they are exploring a lot more, so they're warmer because they're getting feathers now. And everybody's looking good. Now this is the time where that chicken that we have is going to start to look really small compared to the others. Because that's just the way it goes. These Cornish cross grow so fast that she will not keep up in growth, even though she's eating the same food that is meant for meat birds. So she just won't keep up in size. Good afternoon, you guys. Laura here from Hedgehog's Homestead. Today we are candling new eggs that I had put in the incubator 6 days ago. I'm doing this a day ahead because I have the house free and clear and hopefully I won't be interrupted. So let's candle some eggs. What we're looking for in these eggs is veining and maybe like a dark spot. It was a darker kind of day that we go ahead and do this today. Now we have brown eggs again, and unfortunately that's just the way it is. Our chickens lay brown eggs, so that's what we're hatching. So I'm just putting a flashlight over. I did order a proper light for this, so hopefully in the future this will be better. And so what we're looking for right now, we do have a dark spot in there. Kind of looking for an air sac, but I do see, I don't know if you guys can see it, there is kind of just one dark spot in there. So that's why I do see some veining. And one thing I don't like is the way that it's moving around. So it's egg number 1, egg number 2. I like this one better. We got an air sac I can see on top. I don't know if you guys can see that. I can see an air sac on top, so that's good. And it's at the right end. You want it at the fat end of your egg. And I am seeing some darkness moving around in there and an air sac, so that makes me happy. Okay, next egg. Seeing an air sac on top as well. And I am seeing a dark spot in there, so that's a plus right there. Okay, and another air sac. That's what I'm looking for most of all, and I am seeing a dark spot, so that's good. Now, I did turn my temperature down because I was running it at 103, and it should be at 100. Another air sac, pretty small, and that's okay, and a dark spot. Another air sac. I think you can see that. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's kind of, almost needs to be a little darker in here. And let's see, can you guys see that faint line right there? That is an air sac. And then there's a darkness in the middle. And that's all I can see with this flashlight, so that's what I'm looking for. I do see a dark spot floating around, and I do see an air sac in this one as well. So far, so good. I have an air sac and some darkness in this one. I can't see the veining with this flashlight, unfortunately. I do have an air sac and some darkness all on one side. Let's see this one. Do have an air sac with this one and a dark spot. Just one little dark spot, and that's good. And then we'll do this one again. This one, I'm not seeing, oh, I do see an air sac. And I do see what we would call, I don't know if you guys can see that, right by the numbers, there's kind of a little floating dark spot, and that is an eye. So far, so good. And that's exciting. So I'm gonna put these away right away. And on the 21st, I think it's for the next candling, I will have the proper candle, and you guys will be able to see more inside, and hopefully you'll be able to see the movement. And that's what I'm gonna be looking for. So what I learned from last time when I hatched my eggs is that you gotta take away any spoiled eggs out of there. We only had one hatch egg, and it looked like close to the end that we had some eggs in there that were maybe iffy. Well, those iffy eggs I should have taken out. The eggs that were, I don't know, but it was first time. So those could have, and they did, there was a couple that spoiled. So those have to come out because they can make your other eggs not hatch. Now, another thing is, my temperature was up too high. And what happens if your temperature's up too high, your eggs will not progress. So that was another problem that I did before because I misunderstood. I thought she said 103, but she said 1.3. So 100 degrees basically is what you want. So mine's bouncing. I can't dial it in 1.3, but I can dial in 1 to 1 and 1.1. So I have it kind of bouncing back in between. And I, of course, started that 3 days in. So hopefully, so far we're seeing proper egg proper air pockets on the top, and that's a good sign. You want a dark thing in the middle, that's a good sign. So, and another thing was humidity. Now I did order a little humidity monitor, but the problem with the humidity, you want the humidity to be 30%. Well, that's hard to control when your house runs at 60% humidity. And I'll show you. You can see our humidity is right here inside the house. And so lately it's been 58, but it's usually around 60. And I think that's just because of the kind of insulation we have. Our house holds in the moisture, which is good for us. But so last time I knew that, and so I'm like, well, I'll just do a dry hatch because I really have no control over the humidity. So that's the only thing I won't be able to control here in this house. If we were, you know, at like 30%, that would be perfect, and then I could add some water at the end. But we're just gonna have to do a dry hatch, and we're gonna have to do a total dry hatch just because of how our humidity is here in the house. And so we'll see how this goes, and hopefully we have more than one. Well, we had 2 that hatched last time and 1 made it. So hopefully we have at least 5. That would be awesome. That make it until the end and hatch, and then our little baby that's in there with a Cornish cross that we have will have somebody to play with. So, all right, we'll see you guys next time here at Hedgehog's Homestead. Bye.